Hi, welcome back to One Humble Knot. Today we're going to be making, I'm using it as a phone case. You can really use it for whatever. Like always, we're going to get really stuck right into it quite quickly. But just to go over what I have today, I have a little, so hard to pick up, a little marker. I did actually see really cute love heart shaped clip markers at Hobbycraft, but we'll get there eventually. I'll buy them, but this is the marker we have right now. I have my 3.0 millimeter hook, this beautiful girl right here. I use it all the time. And then I've got the Hobbycraft just branded Knitcraft yarn. It's 100% cotton and it's Cotton Festival. It's called Cotton Festival, 100 grams. It doesn't have a color on there, which I'm a little bit curious about because I actually bought this in two colorways. This one for this video, another colorway for next video, but it's so cute. Like, it's just, I love it. I absolutely love it. So what we're making, if you have probably read the description and everything, is going to be a phone holder. I find I put my phone straight into my work bag and it's moving around. Phones don't fit in pockets anymore these days, let alone girl pockets, so it's annoying. So I just want something to protect my phone with. Going to chain 12. Okay, so I just measured it against my phone. 12 wasn't long enough, so you want to make sure this covers the width of your phone. I'm going to chain another 4, so we're going to have chain 16 as our total. So 12, 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to do chain our 17th and put a little marker here. Just because my brain's half working. So we're going to use this as kind of the first one of our row. And we're going to do double crochets along. So it's kind of like our help with our gap. So we've just gone back along and we're at our end one. Now, really nice thing, we're going to clean up and tuck this in. At this end one, we're actually going to be going around. So we've just done one in here. We're going to do 2. We're going to do 3. And 4 to create this loop. So that's in our end one. And now we're just going to go back the other way. So keeping this tucked in. This is a great way to try and clean up your ends. Just making that lie flat. And it will, yeah, the yarn will disappear. The hard thing here is making sure that you want to go in these gaps. So let's see if I can get this a bit closer. So we're meeting the opposite way. Oh, there we go. We're on the opposite side. So just want to make sure that you're going in the right gaps. If you need to take a little bit of extra time, just because we want to keep the stitches. You can see here, there's this little V. So if you look for the V and you just put your hook through, most of the time you're going to find the right spot. So we've got the V, put the hook through, and we found it again. I love that the color's changing. I feel like it might be a bit rapid. I kind of wish I had a little bit more orange, but I guess that's just what happens whenever you start. You can always pre-plan it, but it's all a part of the journey. Okay, so now we're back at the start. This hook told us that was our chain to be our starter. So let's see if we can maneuver this yarn around. It's kind of pulled. Perfect. So it's actually going to be right here. We've got one more here. There we go. I just realized I never counted. Best thing to do is to count. So yeah, I should count more. Anyways, so we get to this end here. On this side we did 4, and we've got 1, we've got 2, so we do 3 and 4 in that last stitch, and then we just want to do a slip stitch to join it. So we get this weird little ovally shape here. Then what we're going to do is chain 1. We're going to mark this guy here, do the same thing again. So we did chain 1, which covers this one here, our first stitch, and we just do double crochet all along. And then when we get to the end, I am gonna watch this back and put in the numbers. So I'm sorry if I'm like, just crochet along. I will put it somewhere here. But at the end, we're gonna do 2 double crochets in this one, and 2 double crochets in the next one, and then we continue on with just 1 double crochet. Oh, I went one ahead, but we're doing 2 double crochets in this one, 2 double crochets in the next one, and a slip stitch. So what we have, this is actually going to be the base for your phone to go against. So nothing goes through, hits it, gets in like your outlets or anything like that, like the I don't know, microphone, whatever. It's created a little boat. So at this point, you'll put it against your phone, like I'm gonna do here. Okay. And it fits my phone, which I want. So if it doesn't fit your phone, this is your time to stop, reduce your stitches, increase your, reduce your initial chain or increase it to get to the size that you want, and then get back to this step. Okay, I feel like I've been really indecisive on what I want to do from here, but you've got a nice little boat. So we're going to make almost like a scallopy shell beachy girl vibe. So from this first one, we are going to chain 5. And then I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 4th one. We do a slip stitch. Okay. And then we'll chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you go 1, 2, 3, 4, slip stitch. I'm going to repeat this almost all the way around. If you've been following along with the same numbers I've had, you can go 1, 2, 3, 4. Like 1, 2, 3, 4. We've actually got a 5th one here, and we've got our starting one as well. So what we're going to do to just kind of help tie everything in and make it a bit more, so it's not too loose, we're actually going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 and do it in this one here. Okay, and that will help keep the bag a bit tighter. Now for our next row, what we're going to do is actually just do a few slip stitches along. And 1, 2, and we're going to do it from going to the 3rd one. And this is where we're going to start chain 5 from, because we're going to be doing chain 5s between each loop, and this will help bring it up. If we started from here and started from where we finished, it would create a weird little shape and wouldn't have a consistent loop. So sometimes it's better just to have a bit of thicker yarn, then change your shape. But right here, we're going to chain 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, a couple ways to do this. You could either go, okay, let's do the middle one. So you go 1, 2, number 3. Do it right in the middle there. Or personally, I like to go through. So let's do that again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we go under the loop, pull through, pull. So then we just continue this around. same thing on how we started our last one. So we're going to do our slip stitch into the middle. So we do slip stitch into the first stitch, second, then we get to our third, and then we do chain 5, 2, and then a slip stitch. So then from here, instead of chain 5, we've just done our slip stitch, we're going to do 5 treble crochets. So for UK, treble crochet, for US, double. So we're going to do our treble, but we're going to go into this point here. So instead of going to our next one, we're actually going to just go straight down. The best way I find to do it, instead of going over, actually, so what we're going to do is we're going to crochet into this section here. So instead of chaining 5 over here, we're going into here. Instead of going over, we're going to go through the middle. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and then in the middle we do our slip stitch. Oh, that came off. So we've got our first little shell in place here. It actually makes me quite happy that's yellow. And now we're going to chain 5. And then slip stitch into the next one. And then we're going to repeat that again. So we're going to do our treble, 5 trebles in here. And we're going to repeat this pattern around. So you'll do your chain 5, and then 5 trebles, chain 5, and then 5 trebles until you get back to the start. So that is your next row. It'll look something like this. So we have our little shells in place. Then from here, we're just repeating. So we do 2 rows of just pure chain 5s, and then your next row will be chain 5, chain 5, treble 5, chain 5, and do that repeat all the way around, and you keep going up and up. I'll tell you at the end what my length ends up being, and how many rows I end up doing, but just keep measuring it against your phone or whatever you're using it for. Very sorry, I did forget to mention, I've moved to the couch, that's why we've got a different when you're doing your next stitch, so you chain 5 and you go in your middle 5th one here. So you go 1, 2, 3, and this is the one that you will go through. Just for reference, when you're going around, if you're not sure which one to go into, it is this middle one right here. Okay, so we're going to do 3 slip stitches in the first 3 chains like we do each time. So we want to get to the middle, like we've been doing for each row, and we're going to chain 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to slip stitch in the middle of our shell, I guess, our scallop. 1, 2, 3, and slip stitch there. And then we chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we slip stitch in the middle here. 1, 2, 3. Instead of going around. And then we chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then repeat and go in the middle of the scallop. 1, 2, 3. So last time we did 5 because there would be a pull, but we're just trying to make sure the opening isn't too tight that you can't fit your phone in, but also not as much as a relaxed pull between each. And we're going to do this all the way around till you get back to the start. I know it gets a bit tricky to kind of see where you're at because I'm kind of going up from the inside and we're using this as the outside. That's okay. So back at the start, we can tell it's the start like we have been because it's a bit thicker. And our first one's a bit of an odd join, but we just want to go as much as we can under this stitch right here. And that's a bit tight. I'll wiggle it through a bit. Okay, perfect. If you're not sure, you can always see if that fits your phone still, but that shouldn't feel tight. So it should be pretty good. Okay, so from here, we're going to be doing our half trebles like we have down here. So it's just nice and condensed. So we're going to chain 2, unravel my thread a bit, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So we do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we do another one in this top stitch right here that was joined, and then we do another 4 on this chain. Okay, now we're back to the start. We're going to do a slip stitch in our chain 2. So 1, 2, and do our slip stitch. So it should be looking something like this. Now we're going to just repeat that. So chain 2, and we're going to do half treble all around again. Okay, so we're back to the start. I just did 39. I was just having a good old count. And if you're not exactly on 39, that's fine. You maybe have a different size phone. So this fits. I feel like I'm a guy holding up my fish that I caught for the day. Look at my fish. What is it? Gives fish vibes. I don't know why. If that was like a bit bigger, that'd be a fishtail. This fits a Samsung A 4250. I don't know. Not the newest one, but I think it's like a year or two. I just bought it. I don't know what it is. I'm sorry. I'm just a girl. Oh gosh, all my yarn is. This is what's going on with my yarn right now as well. It's now, I don't like how this was rolled up, and I should probably re-roll it myself, but here we are. Okay, so now we've just got, you know, a bit more of a reinforced top to it, which is really nice. So this holder, we're going to do a big loop here so it feeds through on your bag and can attach your bag, which I'll do a little demonstration of as well. And then it can sit on the inside of your bag and just hang there, and you can just chuck your phone in. Obviously, you can use this for anything else besides your phone. If you want to do like your chapstick or any keys, whatever. It's just, for me, it's my phone. If we're going to chain 20. Okay, so I just chained 40. I know I'm not great at deciding how much to chain, but here we are. So, chain 40. There's a few things that's going to happen here. What we're going to do, a few things we have to keep an eye on. So, we've chained 40. Obviously, you can change the length of this. This is all up to you, but this is what we're doing for what I find will work with my bag. So we have our chain here. Let me bring this a bit closer. We can see that they're all running. We want to keep this the same way. We do not want it twisted. So very carefully, we can see this is on the inside of the bag, like on our closest side, or it's the outside if you're turning it over. But we want to make sure this is facing the same way, and we run our thumb over it, making sure. If you want to take your hook out to make sure it's not twisted. Okay, now I'm laying it down so all of this way is facing inwards, and it'll attach right here. So very carefully, I'm going to crochet in right at this corner. Let me try. I'm honestly just guessing where halfway is. And we're doing a slip stitch through. Okay, let's get that tightened. Okay, I'm getting rid of my hook because it's overwhelming me a bit. But you want to make sure, we're going to do a little test, that's why I took my hook out. It's all facing the same way. So now you've worked out where you want it. I honestly just guessed halfway. It's going to feel a bit awkward, but we're going to go. Okay, so now what we're going to do, it's going to be a bit of topsy-turvy. So we're going to do a slip stitch right behind, and this little loop stitch that's right behind us. Oh, I kind of got out of my yarn. Okay. I hope you're still with me. So we're reinforcing our next line. So what we're going to do, as if we're just starting from scratch, we're going to do a half treble crochet along this chain stitch all the way until you get to the other side. This is why we went back one little bit. I'm sure there would have been an easier way. That's just the way that I kind of got my hands. So if you can go, so then you're on the top side of your chain stitch, then that's all you want to do is do a slip stitch into the chain of the bag that will make you on the top side of your chain stitch. So we can do our treble crochet. Okay, now we're at the end and we're going to slip stitch into our next stitch that's along the line to secure this. And we have the foundation of our strap in place. Now, I want this to be too wide just because then I can trust it a bit more. If this is all you need for your one, then you can stop here if you're doing some lighter stuff, but I feel like a phone needs a double one around. So we're going to slip stitch into our next chain, turn around, and just start doing our half treble all on the way back. Okay, so now we're at the end. I'm not sure if you saw there, but this was actually twisted, so you want to make sure that your strap to the bag is not twisted when you rejoin it. I'm also so ecstatic, the little bits of yellow and how this crossed over perfectly at the orange. Like, oh, love it. Okay, so now we just find our next chain, like our next stitch. I never know what to call it. And we're doing a slip stitch through. So from here, I'm just going to pull through a bit. And of course my scissors are upstairs, so we'll just do a nice pull. Oh, I have a lighter. Don't try this at home. This is cotton, so it won't. When it's a polyester or like a nylon, like it's a plastic base, this will shrivel up like plastic. But when it's an animal or a natural fiber, so animal first, so you got wool, like sheep's wool, merino wool. What's merino? I should know this, but I don't. My brain's blanking. So really any wools, alpaca wool, cotton, they're fibers that will actually just turn to ash. If it's a cotton poly blend, there's a cotton polyester blend, it will, depending which one's the high percentage, we'll see what will happen. But normally you'll get the shrivel up. So if you see anything ever shrivel up, that's going to be a polyester. But see how that one is just like soot that comes off. That just shows it's a fiber. So whenever you see anyone, they get their work and they hold a lighter to it, most of the time that's going to be a polyester or like a nylon or something like that. Don't do that to your cotton pieces because you may set your whole work on fire. If you're experienced with it and you're fine with it, go ahead. I'm not your mum. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just giving you a heads up. That is all. So, as we can see, our strap is not twisted. This little tail I'm going to weave into here. But yeah, I'll tuck that away. I have looked into a felting tool and I have been so close to getting it. So maybe next month I'll get a little felting tool. Okay, I'll be back with a bag to show you how to use this. So, we have said work bag and why I have made this. So, yes, most bags will have pockets on the inside. This one has one zip, but I have other stuff that I keep in there. and then I have my books and whatnot. So what you do is you wrap this around, put it through as if you're starting a chain stitch, and pull it nice and tight. And then you got a little pocket. And then if you got a zip like mine, you can still zip it up most of the way, and it's nice and safe in there, and it won't come out. And yeah, perfect. Hope you liked that video. Feel free to comment about any other little, mesh chain stitches that you'd like to see, or anything that you'd like to see. It'd be great if you could subscribe, so then I know people are actually interested in wanting to watch. That would be amazing. I think I'm up to 26 subscribers by the time I finished filming this video. I think at the start I was at 25. I got to 26. I love it. I get really excited. I check every day. So have a great day. See you next time. Bye.